What's up guys, how's it going? So guys, today we're gonna talk about second episode real estate media service. No card over there? No way. Let's start with video service for real estate. So we have covered the photography in the previous video, and now we're gonna talk a little bit about video. And video is a little bit different than photography. You need very similar equipment, besides I think one thing is different. Yeah, that's basically it. So let me start with the gears. As I said, in photography you need just basic camera. Your camera need to has like 4K 60 or full HD 60 FPS. Mostly those videos are recorded in full HD, so you can just record it in full HD, and most of this camera have at least 60 FPS. So this video will be a little bit more informative about how overall things look like, what kind of gear you should have. I will give you also links down below if you want to check them, because I prepared some cameras that lenses that should be very good for beginners, medium and professional. Well, you can be professional even using these basic tools, but some of them just give you much better, I would say, more flexible work this way, or just give you a little bit more ISO, or just wider view. So overall, with the camera, you can start from really basic camera 6400. This is a camera I recommend previously in photography episode, and overall I recommend 6400 to everybody who is actually starting right now. Everyone who is asking me about first camera to buy, I know that people are mostly just looking for something very cheap, so it's not that super cheap, but like this is the level. I will say it's really, the image from photography and video from this camera is just outstanding. So definitely this is my main pick, and this is also a hybrid camera, so it's not like a focus on the video like FX Story. With FX Story, for example, you cannot take probably bracketing images. I know that you don't have this, no, probably doesn't have this function. You can take like a just one shot. So yeah, so this is the hybrid camera. This is a really good camera. Mostly if you wanna go up a little bit, you can go with A7 IV. Right now we have a ZV-E1. I don't know that ZV-E1 have a bracketing for photography. This is very important to have, so you will have to check it. But overall 6400, A7 IV, A7R5. Overall, this hybrid camera is the best option, because you have to, as a media shooter, you have to do real estate photography and the video, and also drone that I will explain you later on. So yeah, camera we have already exposed. So any kind of camera, APS-C or full frame. With APS-C, of course, max what we have I think is 60mm, and I say that in the photography also, that not 70, because I know that we have some lenses that have 70mm focal length. You have to stick with 60mm. 60mm is absolutely minimum, so you have to stick with it. With the full frame, actually you can buy, for example, to this camera, because it's a full frame 12 to 24. So it's very wide lens, and that's why I think this is the step up the game, because this really wide angle is just outstanding. And trust me, when you're doing this whole movement with the 12 compared to 60mm, it's much better. You can always, you know, go to 60mm if you need this, because sometimes, you know, 12mm is just too wide, and you see the object that is very close to you, and they are just huge, like a vase with flowers. It's gonna be like, you know, epically big, and just, you know, toilet will be like super small at the end, because, you know, this will show everything that is very close as a big object, and everything what is in the middle, like in the center of the frame, is gonna be just super small. Opposite, super small. So you have to just know how to use it, and overall you're gonna have to learn it. It's hard to like teach you doing like videos like here on the YouTube, because you will have to learn. Is a lot of things that you will have to do. There's a lot of things that you have to think about, but it's literally you have to do it on your own. I have already one video recorded from the real estate I shot, quite nice real estate. I was there this Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember, morning, so 7 a.m. morning, the best time. It's just empty on the street. It was flying over there. And I finished work in 1 hour 20 minutes because it was like a larger property. I took all images, video. They didn't want drones, so well, whatever. It was rainy also. But subscribe, because next video I will release the whole process how I'm doing this in real life, and I think this will show you a little bit. This will explore a little bit more how whole process look like, and my brain is actually, when I'm doing something, is showing you exactly this what I'm doing, and my brain just bringing you some information what I can actually teach you. So a lens wide, you have to have equivalent of 60 millimeters. So this is the minimum what I said. Camera, basic one, 6400 will be more than enough. You can use also Canon R10 or R8. I think Nikon have a good cameras also. All like equipments right now on the market are unbelievable. Just, you know, you have to just learn it. I stick with Sony because this is kind of my previously I was Canon, but like right now Sony is like my, I would say, golden grail. I feel I have very good feeling every time when I'm working with the Sony, so I just stick with Sony. And what else? You need to have gimbal. So for photography you need to have a tripod. For videography you need to have a gimbal, and this gimbal can be any kind of gimbal. Previously I was using Zhiyun, and this is, holy crap, this is so bad. I had like 2 Zhiyuns, and I would never want to Zhiyun again. I know this is crazy. I'm so sorry, Zhiyun, but first time you didn't. I have some problem with the gimbal itself. The engine is giving like a crazy noises, and actually they didn't take it back, take it back. And Zhiyun should, but they didn't take it back. Right now I have DJI. I will do also review on DJI, because I have to say Ronin RS3 is outstanding. And I bought it because it has this new function that you can actually connect it remotely and just start recording, clicking the button on the gimbal itself, and it's just start recording right away. It's all wireless. So this is the amazing thing, and this was one of the things actually that kind of, you know, forced me itself to just buy it, because this old Zhiyun, I was having this Zhiyun like for years, I think, and yeah, I have this all the time. I have this Zhiyun in my car, like always. It was like sitting over there. Smaller aperture than f4, because mostly we are closing the aperture above 5.6, 8, depends really how much light do we have and what kind of cinematic shots we want to get, because more like shallow depth of field, so sometimes I'm even stepping down to f4 to create some kind of nice effect. So gimbal we have covered, and anything else? Thinking. Lights, I didn't say, as told you about the lights previously for photography episodes, so sorry guys, you have to turn on all lights. Sometimes you see some kind of bulbs that like are seriously guys, I have 8 bulbs with me. Sometimes happen that, for example, you are in bathroom and one light is like white color and one is like a tungsten, like a orange color. It just look crazy, and in very rich even properties. So I have even bulbs with me, so I can just exchange all of them, so we have this nice you know, effect. And yeah, so a light you need to have on. Well, that depends. This is also experience. You should have for photography and for video, but sometimes it's just better to turn some lights off because it's look terrible. So I don't lie to you, but overall, even agents demand that you should have lights on. So, you know, precautions. I think everything is covered. Yeah, that's basically it. It's good tip, for example, if you outsource your video somewhere, it's good thing to do to turn off the audio, because no one wanna hear your puffing, you know, coughing or dying over there, because seriously, you're gonna see, it is a hard work. So it's kind of, people are saying it's easy, like 40 minutes you are done. You're gonna see that sometimes it take like a long, I'm not gonna tell you that is opposite. Like I hear some guys on YouTube that they were saying that this is like very easy work and you can like in 40 minutes do everything. No, sometimes 40 minutes is not even enough to do one part of the service, as like photography, and very often video. With video I am faster because I know how to do this quickly, and right with DJI RS3 and start power button, yeah, remotely I can do everything much faster, and this is excellent. The retailer is crazy good. So yeah, with the settings, because I think everything is covered, lighting also we have a covered. So with the settings, mostly the previous school, the old school, was teaching to do everything manually, and I am an autofocus also manual. Well, I am, as I said, with my experience, I will say that aperture I'm mostly sticking with f8, but I very often and sometimes even keep f5.6, a 7.1, because I think in the camera I have a 7.1 also. I know I'm going down below f8, and I know I'm going sometimes to 5.6 and even 4 if I want to create some kind of more cinematic movement, when I, for example, have some kind of element on the like table or something, and I just wanna this table or like elegant monument somewhere. So I just wanna, you know, catch this monument. I don't wanna catch anything else. So I'm stepping down to f4. Still, f4 is kind of, it's not that shallow, so it's gonna give you this nice view, nice background. It's not gonna be super blurry, so the clients will see something. They will see the background very well, but still the main focus will be on the object. So and yeah, so mostly, as I said, f8, but this is also depends how much light you have, because if you have very dark, you have to go down 5.6 even, because if it is dark you have no other option than just go down with the aperture. White balance also was very often suggesting to have a manual balance, but I will say not really. With Sony camera I learned that if I know how to create good movement. So for example, when I'm going, if I have a live, for example, I was shooting recently a hotel, and I was moving from corridor that everything was like yellow to like room when it was white, and everything was going from outside. Actually the first like impression for camera, this was like a going from orange to the blue, but camera very quickly figured it out, and I have nice movement. So very often when I doing this movement, I step like I slow down before I open the doors, and the camera slowly adjusts the white balance, and then I getting in, and then I can just play a little bit in the post-production, so I can have like a very smooth and nice result. Okay, shutter speed, we will forget about shutter speed and ISO. Shutter speed, so you have to double the frame rate. So if, for example, you're recording 60 FPS, then you have to have 120, right? Mostly ISO is automatic. I keep it on auto, so I would say like manually you adjust the aperture and shutter speed, and auto you leave white balance and ISO. Anything else? Remember, with the movement you need to walk like a cat. Seriously, you need to walk smoothly. Don't do this move, because very often I was editing work of some videographers and was literally vomiting. It's just literally, I think, walking with those cameras. I don't know, on the gimbal they don't do this smooth movement, moving, you know, like a cat with bended legs. They just literally walk like this and have this movement like up, down, up, down, up, down. What I can do with it? This is crazy. So just be aware that you have to keep this balance, and always try to find Well, it's like a lot of panning, right? Panning from the one side to another, or panning from the left to the right, or from the right to the left, or you're getting to the room and you have to pan, show the whole room, and you have to go back to the corner, so it will showing you the whole room itself. So you have to learn how to do some kind of thing like this. I will maybe give you some example here, but definitely if you subscribe, you will gonna have another video where I will show you overall whole process and a little bit how the each like movements look like. Oh my god, we have 70 minutes already. Woo! Crazy. I was always thinking I'm gonna do and close those videos in 5 minutes, but it's literally impossible. Do you like it? Yeah, that's basically it. Don't forget, at the end, this is MacBook. I always have it with me. I'm checking files because sometimes autofocus can be off, something can happen, and I always check my files, photography and the video, because I don't want to go back. You will be so frustrated if you come back to home and you open those files, or like we're gonna like send it to editor and he gonna, you know, ask you what the hell is this shit. So literally guys, just, you know, precautions for you. Really, before, sometimes I know you're gonna be super tired, I know everything is good, I going home and I gonna edit this is perfect, you will be 100% sure. Don't be, because I was and I had to go back. Always have some kind of whatever laptop just with the SD card, and don't check it on the phone. Phone doesn't work. I did try to. Don't do this. You have to open something on the wider screen and just see those images and see those videos. So yeah, that's basically guys it. I think so. What I'm doing right now, because some of you are also European, I'm very happy that I have some European guys over here. I know it's like a small amount of us yet, but like, well, I bought a townhouse, I have to replace kitchen, so I'm right now on the way to replace kitchen. And by the way, I have two, I'm just sharing my life right now. I had two flowers, those flowers are dead already. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Without the woman in home is like good woman, is like disaster. So I'd have to buy like artificial flowers. It's like my whole life is artificial too. So guys, that's it basically. Like and subscribe, stay with me, links down below if you want to support me. I hope you learned something from it. It's kind of easy work, but it's also complicated, so you have to play safe, so always shoot more than you shoot. Check the files after you are you're finishing it, after you finish it, and just, you know, just click links down below to support me, and that's will be it. Like and subscribe guys, stay with me. We're gonna do another video shortly, as I said, with the whole process and a little bit more. Maybe I will explain you how I'm editing whole video and photography, so you can have this like in maybe one film, so you can start making some money, because real estate is kind of good money. But remember, collect money first. This is something I also said in the photography episode. Collect money first before you go to shoot something. Really, very good advice. And yes, that's it guys. Like and subscribe, stay with me. Links down below if you want to support me, as I said before. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Like and subscribe.